One of the most often asked questions that I receive is, how do I change my beliefs? Well, that's a wonderful question because it shows the person is open to changing and open to opportunities that say there's a different way to know, to believe, to understand. So let's look at beliefs for a minute and just see what they mean to you as a human being. A belief is something that someone has given you. It's something that someone has told you. Usually it's a parent when you're a child. Then you go to school and your teachers tell you what to believe. If you're raised in a religion, a specific religion will tell you, believe this, believe that. When you grow up in a specific culture, the government has beliefs they want you to believe. Your peer group, the people you socialize with, people you work with, people you have recreation with, everyone has a belief that they want you to believe. Now that belief may or may not be something that supports you. It may or may not actually be true. The belief itself is something that has been created by another person. So when you want to change a belief, the first thing you want to look at is, where did the belief come from? Long ago, I read a story about someone trying to cook a specific piece of meat and not being able to do it according to other people's specifications. And when the person looked into how the meat was supposed to be cooked, it turned out that great-great-grandma had had problems with not having the right size pans for the meat, so she had to do all kinds of things to make it fit. And that had gone down through the history of the family as the only way to cook meat. Doesn't mean that that is the only way to cook meat. It just means for that particular person at that time, that was the only way she could make it happen. That's a very simplistic example of what belief systems usually have as origin points. And the larger belief systems, the ones that are sort of the given ones, are always for power, money, and control. There is no other reason to create a belief except for that. So if you take a belief that you have, that you want to change, and you trace it back and spend some time looking to see where it came from, you'll see who was trying to control what. And the reason that this is important is because your belief systems are what create the way you see your world. And the way you see your world and experience it based upon that belief then comes back to the belief, like the Mobius strip that's constantly feeding onto itself, feeds back to the belief and confirms for you that that belief is true, because you've seen it now. Well, yes, I've seen it, I've experienced this, and this belief must be true. Not realizing that it was the belief that began the whole turn of events to start with. And of course, based upon the belief that you have, things then have specific significance for you in your life. If you take the things that are significant in your life that really mean something to you, and I'm not talking about don't walk out in the middle of the road with a big truck coming at you. That's a given, that's survival. I'm talking about the belief systems that you've created in your life to color the way you have expectations, to color your judgments, to color everything that you do to interact with someone else. So-and-so says such and such, it means this. Why does it mean this? What about that sentence that that person says has meaning to you based upon what belief system? You'll begin to recognize where you are literally keeping yourself from becoming the fully conscious divine being that you are. This is where people begin to talk about having blocks or being stuck. Well, first of all, your energy. You are light, you are energy. You cannot be stuck, you cannot have a block. That is physically impossible. In that realization that you cannot be stuck, that you cannot be blocked, take it into the realization that you are blocking yourself. I cannot be with so-and-so because when they say this, it makes me feel this. So you limit yourself there. Doesn't mean that you have to like being with everybody. Doesn't mean you have to condone everything everybody does. What it does mean is that you want to realize where the belief comes from so that you have the ability to respond the way you want to respond instead of reacting to what is happening. This takes you into a new understanding of what it is to be consciously aware. You are consciously aware of why you say something. Every single feeling, thought, word, action has your conscious intention behind it, and you are not responding or reacting from being on automatic. because your subconscious beliefs are fueling how you are supposed to react. This is you, literally, being in control of your life, but not a tight control. It is mastery of physical form. It is mastery of being human. Then the ideas of enlightenment, ascension, higher frequency, higher dimensions, all of these words that are put out there begin to not have specific, significant meaning for you because you realize where you are in your consciousness. Then the idea of good vibes, bad vibes, right, wrong, all of it means very little to you. You don't have a specific judgment about what should be. You are living in the beneficent neutrality of Source. You know how everybody wants God to love them? God loves me, God protects me. It's kind of a hallmark moment for a lot of people. Let's take the hallmark moment out of it and realize that God, Source, all that is absolutely neutrally beneficent. It benefits all exactly as all is and has no judgment about what anything is being or doing. None. Can you go to that place within your divinity? Can you simply let it be as it is so that you may feel your union within your Source consciousness and live the divine life of all that is within this dimensional plane that is truly heaven on earth?